Hi, I'm Christine Cushing and welcome to a very special helping of my favorite foods. Today I'm cooking real time, so in the time it takes you to watch this video, this dish will be done. No edits, no reshoots. We are making turkey scaloppini with some cremini mushrooms all in one pan. My rule today is, if I'm talking, I gotta be cooking because there's nothing happening outside of what you're seeing here. So I'm getting my pan hot. Turkey scaloppini. You can also make this with chicken. Let me show you how super thin this is. Look at this. That baby looks like it's been shaved with a razor. So I got this scaloppini at an Italian grocery store. Italians love scaloppini. By the way, scaloppini, cutlet in English, paillard in French, just a thin slice of meat. What I'm doing here to give it a bit of texture is I'm just dredging it in some flour. So this is not going to be the typical, put eggs and cheese and breading. It's just to give it a bit of texture, just on each side. In my pan, I'm going to put the butter. And I like doing a combination of butter and olive oil here, both for flavor and smoke point. If, by the way, it gets smoky, there's no cutting, so you're gonna see it all. All right, I just want that butter to foam up a bit. Okay, and then I want to add some herbs to this. Any herbs you have, but I love the kind of woody herbs. These are actually from my garden. This is lemon thyme. Look how beautiful that is. Fantastic. I'm gonna chop a bit of that. Check out this sage. How cool is that? I'm gonna pick a few of these leaves off. And then just do a little chopping. Okay, now the turkey or chicken, whatever you do, is going to go into the pan. I want to season a little bit, just some salt and pepper, and then get it right in that pan. Okay, my temperature's a little bit hot, but that's what happens. In towards you. It's important that this temperature is nice and hot. Then we're gonna go back here. And I'm really listening to your comments, right? This video was for a couple of reasons while I get this going in the pan. I used to do a live show for quite a few years, so this is right up my alley, this kind of cooking to real time. And it has a different vibe, right? When you gotta cook it and there's no redos and there's no editing. So I really love the energy of that. And also I wanna show you that this recipe comes together in as long as it's gonna take you to watch this video. That's the cool thing about it. And you've also asked me to give you chicken, actually specifically recipes that all cook in a pan. This does not go in the oven. So it's all made in this pan. It's all made in under 10 minutes. And I'm making it right here with you together. What more can we ask for? Sizzling is good. So now I'm gonna flip these babies over. Oh yeah, look at that. Now I'm going to hit it with the herbs. Don't go anywhere. Herbs. So while that cooks, I'm going to start preparing the things for the sauce, because remember, it's all going to cook in there, and I got no time to dilly-dally. I'm going to hit it with a shallot, and you can slice it any which way you like. I'm just going to give it a nice dice. I'm not being too precise about this, but that's totally fine. Imagine there's a garbage can somewhere over there. Okay. 2 minutes aside. The thing here, look at how golden that is. Beauty. Beauty. So 2 minutes aside, roughly about a minute and a half actually. I'm taking these off. The thing with turkey or chicken, you want to make sure it's fully cooked. And that was the whole idea of having those super, super thin slices. If they're not as thin, it's going to take a little bit longer to cook, but you can do the same thing I'm doing here. Guess what's going to go in now? The onions. So these onions are not only going to sort of give a little bit of sweetness, but they're also picking up all that flavor from the herbs and the turkey that went in there. I want to make sure I moderate my heat. That's looking good. So, and I'm preparing for the next ingredients going in. A couple of cremini mushrooms, any kind of mushrooms you have on hand. Mushrooms, poultry go really well together. So I'm just going to give it a little slice. That's good. Don't want to burn my shallots. These are looking really good. Now, a good thing to do, because this pan is super, super hot now, I want to make sure I don't get my shallots burnt. I'm going to deglaze with a little vermouth. How good is that? Now, why did I dredge it in a little bit of that flour? Just that hint of flour is going to give me just a slight thickening, a glossiness to this sauce. It's not going to be like a roux, but it is giving me a slight thickening. As this reduces down, just literally a minute or so, then I can add my mushrooms to that. Any mushrooms you have. I picked cremini because they're the easy to find. These are like baby portobellos, basically. Look at these babies. Nice. Now I want my heat high again. I'm going to season as I go here. A little bit of pepper. Now, very important when you're cooking like this. I had these in the raw turkey, so I'm going to put them away and I'm going to get new tongs as I continue to cook now that everything is going to be in its cooked stage, right? Tossing your way. Oh, the smell is so nice. So I came up with this recipe. I was imagining kind of turkey and stuffing, but on a weekday. So all of the ingredients in here reminded me of having a turkey with stuffing. You can do it with chicken too. I love the idea with the chicken. So when you think of stuffing, look what I got here. Some prunes. So these are pitted prunes. Keeping an eye on things here. And I'm going to chop them up and add them just to the mix here. Maybe a couple of them. It's not going to taste sweet. It's just going to add that little sort of dry caramelized fruit flavor. Make sure that they're finely chopped, which they are, and they're going to melt away in there. I'm going to keep my eye on the sauce. The caramelized shallots, look at the color of those mushrooms. It is speaking to all my senses right now. So once I get a little golden color on these mushrooms, let me see what's happening. Oh, that looks so good. Okay, a couple of minutes there. Now I'm going to hit it with a little chicken stock. I'm going to hit it with a little chicken stock. This is my homemade chicken stock. It's going in. Lots of flavor there. Going in with just a few of those prunes. Oh. Swirl that around. Right now my temperature's a little bit hot, so I'm going to hit it with a little bit more, Just gonna hit it with a bit of water because that stock evaporated very, very quickly. But look at right away how that sauce is glossy. This is really basically a pan sauce, right? If you could smell this now, ridiculous. Secret ingredient for me, Worcester sauce. Going in. It's great with turkey and chicken. It's gonna heighten all those flavors. Let me do a little taste-orama, shall I? So it's all about balance. You're walking this, always this tightrope in cooking. It's sweet, it's salty, it's tangy, it's umami. Let me taste this. It's perfect. If I tell you, it's perfect. All right, so right now, I'm gonna get my new, what are these, tongs? And put the turkey right back in there so it's gonna just absorb that sauce. Look at it. It's like, whoa, this is where I wanna be, right in that sauce. Look at that. Come on. It's key now to have your temperature as low as you can get it. Just simmering. There it is, just there. So it doesn't evaporate too quickly. Look at that. Last but not least, I'm going to hit it with just a teeny bit of mustard. Just a little splash in it. And again, swirling around. So what's happening here is, on this element, I can't really get the temperature as low as I want it, so it's evaporating super quickly. And that's what happens in real time. So because there's so much flavor here, I'm hitting it with a touch of water again. Just like that. Because I do want the sauce to have a little bit of juiciness. Okay, I just want that to come back to a boil. Look at it, come on. Don't you just want to make this right now? Okay. I'll just wait a couple of seconds for that just to come to a boil. And I wanted to tell you, when I had so many years of doing a live show, crazy things happen behind the scenes, and you just have to keep going. One of those things was, I had many guest chefs. One of them was Jamie Oliver. And in the whole time, 4 years I was doing a live show, I never cut myself once. This one particular time, when Jamie was on with me, he asked me to chop some parsnips, which, as you know, are white. I went to peel them. He gave me a peeler, whatever, and I literally peeled off the end of my finger, at which point I noticed it and I started to, put it behind my back. I don't know what I was doing, exercises, and he's like, darling, cut some more. And I'm like, oh my God, I've just cut myself. You don't even know. But in my head, I just kept going. So those are the things that train you for life. The show must go on. That was enough of a story to finish this beautiful turkey, scaloppini. Don't worry, I can see you fidgeting. The recipe is going to be just below the description for this video, so you don't have to worry about that. I wanted to focus on cooking it real time. It's done. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful flavors. Gorgeous things happening here in this pan. Okay, I'm going to serve it for you. I just made a little bit of rice, which, by the way, this perfect basmati rice is another video you want to check out on my channel. Just to go along with that. How great does that look? And I'm going to give you a teeny bit of sauce, and then we're going to taste. Coming your way with a little bit of sauce, because you got to have those mushrooms. good does that look? Let me taste it. Perfectly cooked, and remember, turkey, chicken, you want to make sure it's not like veal. You got to cook it all the way through. Look at how... I would order that on a restaurant menu. Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me. Kind of live, because we were cooking real time today. Be sure to subscribe. Let me know what you thought of this video, because it was something new. I wanted to have some fun. Don't want to eat with my mouth full. See you next time. Thanks for joining me.